Sawadee. This video is about punching. The basic punches: jab, cross, hook, uppercut. As usual, we'll do orthodox first, and then we'll switch to southpaw. Initially, I'll do it on the bag so you can see a little practical application. The bag, you can do a little pop, and then I'll take my gloves off and explain it a little slower. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna jab, and we'll cross, and we'll hook, and we'll uppercut. And that's from your orthodox position. Now from the southpaw. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut. So, when throwing the jab, we want to stand in close guard, long guard, and we're starting in orthodox. We want to pick an imaginary position, an imaginary point on the face of the opponent, and in this case it will be the bridge of the nose. That is usually the target of the jab. And we'll stick our hand out, turn our knuckle over, so that when we're finished and we're touching the bridge of the nose, the knuckle is parallel to the ground. And then we bring it back. So we go straight out, bring it back. As we go out, we want to turn our hip into the punch, and by using the ball of our foot as a small pivot. So we go out, back in, out, and back in, out, and back in. We'll do the cross in pretty much the same manner. We'll flip the knuckle over and bring it back. And the imaginary target again is the bridge of the nose. Out and back. We want to put it straight out, flip the knuckle over so it's parallel to the floor, and bring it back. We want to move the hip out, and we'll rotate that hip by moving the ball of our foot. So we go out, back, out, back, out, back. When we do the hook, it's slightly different. We'll pick up the elbow of the rear hand, and we'll turn the torso. When we turn the torso, the hip will turn, and we'll be turning on the balls of our foot. And we begin with the rear hand so that when we turn, the lead hand is already cocked and the hip is open. We just bring it back for the recoil hook. So we'll start, get the up, pivot, turn the torso. Lead hand, pivot, turn the torso. Elbow up, torso turns, elbow up, torso turns. And that's your basic hook. For us, seniors, there's a good adaptation if you can't lift that elbow up. If you can't get that elbow up to turn the torso, just push your fist out in the form of an arc towards the side of the head of the imaginary person in front of you and flip the knuckle down. So instead of getting the elbow up, the elbow will come up late. We flip it down. Flip it down on the recoil, flip it down is a very good adaptation for throwing that hook from the orthodox position. If you can't get that elbow up, flip it down, bring it back, flip it down, bring it back. Now we do the uppercut. We'll start from the rear again so that when we finish the rear, it's already opened up our hips and we can recoil. We want to drop the fist down to about the navel and bring it up in a nice arc to hit the chin of the person standing directly in front of you. So we want to go down, up. And again, we're turning the hip out by pivoting on the ball of our foot. So we go down, up. By the time we do that, we already opened up this hip. We come up, hit the imaginary person in front of us right about the chin. So we go down, up, down, up, down, up. We can do the same thing from the southpaw side. feet shoulder width apart on the balls of our foot, and we straight out, flip the knuckle over and come back. Turning out the hip, pivoting on the ball of our foot. And across, flip it over, bring it back, turning out the hip, pivoting on the ball of the foot. And the hook, we start from the rear, get the elbow up, turn the torso, the back is already cocked, hip will one out, turn it back. If we can't get the elbow up, we want to compromise, we want to adapt, we'll flip the knuckle over like the punch for the hook or the jab, and take a nice arc to the side of the head of the person in front of you. Hook, adapted, hook, adapted. So we're still in southpaw and we go into the uppercut. We want to start by getting that rear hand down to about the navel, making a nice arc up to the chin of the person in front of you, while pivoting out on the ball of that foot and moving that hip outward. So we go up, up,